Let me start this video for real. For real, for real. Like, I fool around so much in the beginning of my video. Just trying to get my energy down because you hear all these lawn mowers. I'm not gonna let them stop me. But also, I hope that you guys can hear me. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, welcome to the new subscribers. I see y'all, I appreciate y'all, and I hope that you guys were going for a nice journey here, a nice ride. And I hope you guys are gonna enjoy it here. You're gonna love it here. Yeah. So today, as you can tell already from the title video, I want to touch base on a few natural hair things, and this is inspired by a friend of mine who came and asked me so many questions. She asked me so many questions after my last two videos, y'all. But no, I'm not trying to put her on blast. These are questions obviously that I know will help other people and that she knows will help other people. And I saw a few questions also on my Facebook. So yeah, I'm excited to bring this because you guys know already. If you watch the intro of my video, I love all things natural, guys. Natural hair, natural skincare. I believe that God has provided everything that we need to function, to sustain ourselves in nature. So when it comes to talking about natural hair, keep the questions coming, y'all, because I will go and research for fun, for free, because I love doing it. So let's get into this video. Alright, so if I look down, you guys, I have my notes with me, so please just bear with me. That is why I'll be looking down. So basically, alright, if we start talking about natural hair, I think that the most important thing, if you want to see growth, and if you want to see growth is you retaining growth, then I think the first place to start is to understand your hair. You have to know what's on your head. So a good way to start is to just try to remember back to, the times of your braiding, the times of you relaxing if you're relaxed. I'm gonna there's a reason why I'm saying all of this stuff. You guys are gonna see. So when you feel your hair, are you a kind of person who has high density or low density? Do you have a lot of hairs on your head, or do you have sort of few strands? The reason I ask this is because you're gonna save yourself time and money. If you know your hair porosity, you're gonna save some money, you're gonna save some coin. But if you know your hair type, you're gonna save some time. So for example, if you are somebody with high density hair, you have a lot of hairs on your head. So that's why for you can work in sections when you're washing your hair, or when you are deep conditioning, when you're in the shower, because you don't want your hair to get tangled up. If you have very low hairs on your head, then at least you also know that it's not caused by shedding or anything like that. You just are a person who doesn't have high density hair, and that's fine. And when you're in the shower or you're washing your hair, you know that you can save time by not having to section out your hair so much, right? I think also it saves us from comparison, because you may see somebody else and be like, oh my word, they have such thick, coarse hair. Maybe if I use the products they're using, then my hair is also going to be like that. But it's the thing of, when you understand your hair, why does this feel like, when you understand yourself, then you won't compare yourself. No, but for real, when you understand your hair and the type of hair that you have, then you're not going to be frustrated trying to achieve a look that really belongs to somebody else via genetics. So yeah, understand what your density is. Do you have a lot of hairs on your head? And when I say think back to your childhood, when you would do your hair. Like when you would do braids, would it take forever to do those braids? Were you sitting in that chair forever because inwele zakho as pale? There's so much. Like I know for me, yo, whenever they get to the crown of my head, they'd be like, "Hey, excuse me," cause the lawnmowers, it's insane. Hair, your hair density. You also need to understand your hair porosity. So what is hair porosity? Basically, it is how quickly your hair can absorb moisture and how quickly it can let out moisture. So basically there are 3 types, or rather there's a spectrum. Let's say there's a spectrum. You can have high porosity and you can have low porosity. And so there's also obviously people who fall in the middle here. So I'm going to talk about high, medium, and low, and then you can really see where you are there. There are 3 ways that you can find out your hair porosity, and that is you can take a strand of your hair after you've washed your hair, because it needs to have no products on it. So after you've washed your hair in the shower, you can take a strand maybe from your detangling comb, or as you are, I don't know, coming out the shower, and whatever you do once you're at the shower in your hairs, you can take a strand out, and you must put it in a glass of water. So don't shove it in, don't force it in, just doop. Let it chill for about 5 minutes. Afterwards, you should see where your hair falls in that glass of water. If it's still at the top, it means your hair is low porosity, because it finds it difficult to let water come into the hair shaft because of the fact that your hair cuticles lie flat. They lie super duper flat, so they don't let anything come inside it. So if your hair goes to the middle of the glass, it means your hair is medium porosity. It lets some water in. And if it goes right to the bottom of the cup, then your hair is high porosity. Your hair is letting in water, out water, in water, out water. So your hair is obviously then going to be very like absorbent to products, to moisture, but at the same time it's going to let them out quickly. So the reason why you need to understand your hair porosity is so that you're not wasting money on products that are not going to work for your hair. People with high porosity hair probably need protein, things that are rich in protein, so that their hair cuticle can just come down and just lie down a little bit, so that it doesn't let moisture out quickly, because it is important to get moisture into your hair shaft or water into your hair shaft, but it's important that you seal in that water and you seal in that moisture so that your hair doesn't become dry and break. So that is why hair porosity is so important. People with low porosity hair, I've got low porosity hair, and so you need to be able to make sure that you are getting moisture in, but it's great because then once the moisture is in, then it means that you don't have to fight for when it's coming out, because it doesn't really come out easily. 2 tests of hair porosity are, so you have a glass. Another test that you can do is to see whether your strand, say you're taking that strand, try and feel it, feel for it, but feel up the hair strand towards the bulb, the root. Is it bumpy? Because if it's bumpy, then it means that you're probably low porosity because your hair cuticles are standing up, right? But if you're low porosity, then it's most probably more smoother than it is bumpy, because of the fact that your cuticles lay super low. So yeah, and then another one that you can do is to basically just observe your hair. When you take a spray bottle and you spray water on your hair, are there droplets that just chill, or do they eventually go into your hair shaft, or do they chill there forever, like just droplets that just won't go into your hair? You can also check that, or you can check when you come out the shower and you don't wipe your hair with a towel or a t-shirt. If you come out the shower, does your skin dry quicker than your hair, or does your hair dry faster? Because if it does, then it's probably low porosity. But if it dries quicker, if it dries, wow, Zota. If your hair dries, if your skin dries faster than your hair, then it means most probably you might be low to medium porosity. Alright, so that is an understanding your hair. High porosity hair probably needs more moisture so that it can help it, more protein product so it can help it to lay down that cuticle. And low porosity hair like me, I don't really need that much protein. I need gang moisture, gang. So I definitely need that moisture protein balance. That is moisturization, right? But it cannot function, it cannot be without water. You can't moisturize your hair without water or having a water-based